Chase Tree and Tractor Service with 25 years of experience in tree removal. Serving the Midcoast of Maine, licensed and insured Maine arborist, whether it's a pesky blowdown or a hard-to-get tree that needs removal. When you need an experienced professional, Jake Chase is the man for the job. Call 207-242-8961 or email him at chasetreeandtractorservice.jc@gmail.com.
LCTV is your nonprofit community media station. Please donate at lctv.org to keep us strong. Thank you.
One, two, three, four. Well, I've been holding in since the clock came Monday morning. From the end of the week, I'm bound to blow. Breeze walking to the honky-tonk like a pack of wolves now. Order up around the stripes and it's away we go.
Hey everybody, it's Wuzzup time. I'm your host Larry Sidelinger and all of my co-host Bobby Whear, the mayor of the mills.
Yeah,
and we got,
how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. CJ behind the switch today. We got TV Toby on the floor, Haven looking over his shoulder. The whole team
I'm
is here.
so excited.
Bobby, you got some exciting news to tell, haven't you?
I want to give a plug to Coastal Locker Room down there on the Mills Road. But we're going to have a racing car decal, which I'm so excited about. I'm going to put it on Dylan York's car, and so hopefully this weekend we'll give him some luck with that.
You know, I've had a long time to think about this, but I'm pretty sure NASCAR is going to be looking up the Mill Pond Inn before it's over.
Yeah. So
they can smell a dollar bill from 1,000 miles away.
We can mass produce these like nothing. But anyway, I'm all excited about that. Thanks, Lynn.
So Bobby's going right. Mill Pond Inn and Bobby are going racing. They're going to let you drive the car around the track maybe one time?
No. Actually,
wait, listen, you came from Boston, so you're not a driving traffic.
Actually, that wasn't a problem. Driving wasn't a problem. I was getting permission from my wife. That was the problem.
Yes.
Actually, back in the day, Chucky Harris gave me a racing car ready to go, right? Because his wife said, that's it. You got 2 kids. You're not driving anymore. So he said, you want the car? And I said, yeah. Well,
your wife won't let you have it either.
Didn't get far. So anyway.
The power of a bride. Yeah. Another thing we got to talk about before we get into paper, Bobby, LCTV has got a GoFundMe tech fund. We're trying to raise some money here. We got some equipment that needs to be replaced and upgraded. So we've decided, Miss Stacy decided that I would kiss a pig for every $5,000 we raise. Yeah. So we understand Davey Smith's got 3 pigs over there. So that's 3 kisses. We can bump 15 grand. That'd be great.
Yeah.
So
you don't seem too nervous about it.
No, I'm not right now. No, we haven't got a lot of money in it so far in the first week we've out there. But I may get a little concerned, but that's all right. Yeah. But it's a cool thing.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah, we're desperate need of some new equipment here. We need a new switcher and some lighting and some different stuff adds up really quick.
You know, when you took this job, there's no doubt that you even thought about doing this.
No. Kissing pigs, no. No, I didn't. Yeah. And the thing is, Bobby, in 4.5 years, we've replaced all the cameras in the studio here, all the tripods, all the computers in the system, replaced or upgraded our on-site equipment. All the cameras are not, well, one of them is new, but all the rest of the cameras are getting old. They're all 7 or 8 years old, but carrying cases and switches and YOLOs and things that make our videos. Well, you got to give the guys the tools to work with.
Yeah, well, folks, you must realize the quality of the picture is unbelievable.
Getting better all the time.
I mean, I can remember watching LCTV at the beginning. It was all snowy and.
Well, and then on the broadcast channel, it still can be a little snowy because the Spectrum hasn't upgraded its HD definition yet, but high definition yet. But that's coming. The law says they got to do it now. I don't know when it's going to happen, but certainly on our YouTube page, you can always see LCTV on the YouTube page. And as I was just looking at some analytics this morning, we had some pretty interesting things. A Madomic Oceanside game, Madomic Lincoln game last year, 1,500 people, watched it. We had a little soccer game the other night, girls soccer. Yeah. Scrimmage. Yeah. We had like 100 people watch it. Yeah. That tells you the power of what we're doing. And
it's going to really, I believe, Madomic football.
Oh yeah.
That's going to. I think of that this year will ramp up. They actually just had a little scrimmage with.
They did.
And It was like a practice scrimmage.
It was.
So,
We were going to film it, and then when we found out what the format was, talking to the coach, he said, Larry, I wouldn't come over. He said, we're going to stop play, and we're going to do different things. It's going to be like a practice.
yeah,
more
but
than
according to the paper here, it was one-sided Madonic.
yeah, it looked like they played well. And so we got some big games. We got a game tonight, or this afternoon is at 4 o'clock, or 5 o'clock. You can always go back and see that.
Yeah.
4 o'clock, I guess. Go back and see that game. Was the boys from Lincoln Academy Soccer was on today. And so next week we start with football. Next Saturday's a football game. Herman's in town.
So we won't talk about the parking lot too much this week because next week will already have taken effect. But
yeah.
Anyway.
This week you were getting ready for a chaos.
Yeah.
I think that next week's going to be chaos.
That's
week.
the word. So next year we will report on how's it going.
Yeah. In the speaking of the back parking lot, there was a diesel spill down there the other day.
I saw
and I don't
that.
think they ever did find out where it came from.
No, they
you know?
they thought it might have been one boat, but then when they got to it, they said no. This isn't the
So
problem.
I don't know where it was. I don't know. But there was certainly a fire up in Jefferson, wasn't there? Holy
Boy,
smokes!
it was
They
a-
lit one up there, didn't they?
Well, the fact it was a metal building. It caught on fire. The fire department went in there, and they didn't realize it was a marijuana grow site.
All
And-
that smoke, wonder everybody didn't get high there
you know,
or something.
and the marijuana grow site, when you're doing that stuff, there's all kinds of chemicals in those buildings.
Well-
Fertilizer, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, they didn't realize what was going on.
No licenses or anything.
Yeah.
And those grow operations, they have a lot of grow lights, high intensity
Yeah.
lights there
Yeah.
and whatnot. So it doesn't surprise me, and it's a wonder that more haven't gone up in smoke. As you read about these stories around the state of Maine,
Yep.
they're not the only illegal one that was going on down there. So
Speaking of firemen, we
Lost a good one,
We
didn't you?
lost a good one. Ronnie Pendleton was a pillar in the Bristol community.
Sure was.
Over 50 years as a fireman. They joined at 15. He said back then you could join at 15 years old. And his dad was the fire chief.
Yeah.
So, and now Jared and Brad are following in his footsteps, his sons. And so that
I don't know when the funeral is, but that will be a big
Boy,
big
that'll
deal.
be, I don't know if there's a place big enough.
Yeah, that'll be a big
Bristol
deal.
School, I mean.
And we talked about the parking lot. That's all coming down next week. It's going to start. They're going to start putting stuff on site. And
Character of the county this week is
Mr. Burrows.
Mr. Burrows from Lincoln Academy. And I didn't realize he was in the corporate world
Yeah.
at one time. And so he worked for IBM.
Yeah, and I give anybody credit for being in the corporate world and saying, this isn't for me. This isn't what life is all about. I'm
Right.
sure he's making a lot more money than he is headmaster of Lincoln Academy. Well, that's probably a pretty good job, but the pressures are certainly different.
Well,
that's
two
for sure.
people that have said to themselves, this is for me,
Yeah.
is Claudia and the Orff girls.
You
Claudia-
know Claudia and
I
Nadine?
know them both. Yeah. So anyway, Claudine Northrup and Claudia Orff-Reed, they've been up at the Windsor Fair now for
30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've been.
And I didn't realize their father, Lincoln Off, used
Yeah.
to be the show ringmaster up there. I
Right.
did not
so
realize
the
that.
ring is named after
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
So we got a couple people running for county commissioner, Dave Levesque and
Evan Godowski.
Evan Godowski, and so they're going to put their hat in the ring to take, because we got Meserve and Truscott
Have retired.
Have retired.
Yeah.
And they gave.
And certainly, I don't know, David's, he's run for office a bunch of different times, but Evan certainly comes with lots of experience in planning from the different towns he's worked in and whatnot.
Right, both Democrats.
Yeah,
Will Aventaggio, he's running unopposed, right?
yeah, again.
For the third term as the judge of probate over there at the Lincoln County Courthouse. As a matter of fact, yours truly is going to be over there doing jury duty.
Oh, no kidding.
October 4th, right? So
So
my wife says you got to get out of it. And I says, well,
You
how
aren't
do
going to get out of it. It's hard to get out of it.
Yeah, how do you
What
get
would
out
be
of it?
your reason?
I don't know. I'd make something up. I don't know, but if they say no, then you're in worse shape.
Yeah. Now, you
You
might as
just
well
go with it.
Travis jury or grand jury?
Grand jury.
You sure? Probably Travis jury.
Yeah, Travis.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, so you go over there. You report the day. They're going to pick pick you for a jury. Then they assign you to a case.
You never done it before?
I did, but it was
Okay.
a long time ago.
Yeah,
And
I haven't done it for a long time, but
Yeah.
I did it like 3 times in about 15 year span, and they could only call you like every 5 years. But I haven't been called for years, and
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. But
Yeah. So anyway, well, as long as they don't put me on that Waldeboro murder case.
yeah, no, that one that you'll
That's
be done.
getting more and more complicated.
It is.
They just grabbed another guy.
Yeah. And they let somebody go.
Yeah, they're all out. They're all walking around.
Oh, shoot. When you are no longer able to change the situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Victor Frankl.
We're challenged to turn the page.
Yeah, right now we're 10 minutes into this deal.
Yeah.
We haven't even turned the page yet. We talked about the diesel fuel spill.
Yeah, and now we got a code enforcement officer.
He's done.
And he's gone to what's he doing?
Wiscasset.
Yeah. So Andy Dorr and town planner Michael Matone are going to take over the duties of
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not a bad system.
Yeah,
know,
I don't know.
but-
I think you need to know a little something about wiring and plumbing and right-of-ways and stuff like that.
Yep. Annual training was hosted up at the Damascotta Montessori School. They were training Montessori educators from all over the state. And so the other thing is,
Did you see how much it cost to have the town reevaluated? Wiscasset's $300,000 to do that reevaluation. Whew.
I mean,
I was
just-
just talking to one of the selectmen the other day in Damascotta. They're looking to do it in 2025, and he told me 100 to 150 to reevaluate.
yeah, I don't know. It seems like quite a bit of money.
That's a lot of money.
It really is. September 2nd, they're going to have that Bands for Books. It's funny. They used to have this at the Merrimaid Farm out there in Wiscasset, but now they're having it at on Egypt Road,
Yeah.
at the lakeside.
Yeah.
So anyway, they got the Salty Dog bands playing, and got a tour of Castle Tucker. You ever been in Castle Tucker? I mean,
Nope.
I think I've been in there, but I'm not sure. Can't remember. And so we got. I'll tell you, how many births were in this paper?
Holy smokes, there must have been a dozen in this paper this week.
I think 15.
There was a
I'd say.
lot.
Yeah.
Well, there's 2 on that second, third page right there. But they go back over the summer. I
Yeah.
think this might have been the week they put them all in. This is what we had for the summer here. I don't know.
Right. So I don't know, but the Scadomfa Strummers, I didn't realize they were. I heard about them, but I didn't realize they're hooked in with Scadomfa Library. If you want to learn how to play the ukulele, you can go down. They got ukuleles down there you can use, and it
Yeah.
says if you can play a few chords, you qualify.
Yep.
If you could play a few chords, they're welcome to have you come in and join them.
Yeah.
But anyway, Peter Arnold's going to, September 5th, he's going to give a garden club of Wiscasset. He's going to talk about microgreens. Microgreens, you grow them right in your house in containers.
Isn't that what Buzzy Pinkham tried to do out there for a little bit? He was going to go microgreens. I don't
think
think it
so.
ever panned out.
I think if it's 1 or 2 people, I mean, you can't feed it. I don't think you can feed a family.
I wouldn't think so.
1 or 2 people, you might be able to. I mean, I'd still go hungry, I think.
There's no pasta involved there, Bobby. That's probably the reason.
Microgreens to me translates to micro meals.
Yeah, small meal.
So anyway,
Weight loss.
Derek Booker is he's got honored at the Waldeboro
Which you will be
Historical
seeing
Society.
that, I think.
You taped that.
We taped it, and I
Yeah.
think it's on this week. I'd have to check, but check our schedule because it may be on this weekend.
So the Great American Picnic, which is up there at the Trump Wall on 220, it got rained out the
Yeah.
last time. It was too much mud.
Yeah.
So they're going to have that on September 7th, and so that's pretty good. I don't know this Lori Martin. She has the best little hair house right downtown Waldeboro.
Yeah, I don't know her either.
She's in there with her daughter, Charlotte, and it's
Well, you can get the whole deal. You get a cut, color, perm, and facial wax.
yeah.
I'm not sure what a facial wax
don't
does.
know.
You have any idea what that does?
I don't know if I have enough time to do all of it. So anyway, you're talking about the whole day.
Yeah, I would
Are
say.
you in there for the day? I don't know.
I was, crazy.
Let's see.
Yeah, got to keep moving on here. Keep moving on. Westport Island, they've got a tax commitment all signed up over
Well,
there.
how about Edgecombe? I mean, they're so upset about their tax bill, they've created a committee.
Yeah.
Well, the committee, basically, they're trying to figure out how to lower the taxes. There was an instance in here. Eddie Stetson, okay? Eddie's 75 years old. He's a seasonal resident of Edgecombe, okay? He lives on the River Road, all right? He was telling them that he has another house in Little Compton, Rhode Island, okay? The house in Little Compton, Rhode Island is estimated to be a value of $628,000, okay? The Edgecombe house is valued at $383,000, okay? The Little Compton house is about $3,000 in a tax bill, and the Edgecombe house is $8,500.
It's crazy, isn't it? And what do you have? And I'm willing. I know what Little Compton is.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet the services in Little Compton
Yeah.
are far exceeding.
I bet you Little Compton has a highway department. I'll bet you they have a
sewer, schools, the whole nine yards.
Trash.
The whole
Yeah.
fire department, police department, and Edgecombe's got what? They got a school,
volunteer
and
fire.
a volunteer fire department. You know?
Well, that's the thing with Edgecombe.
But once again, Bobby, it comes down to, and you've heard me say this before, we got to figure out another way to fund our towns besides the property tax anyway. Because it's not only young people can't afford it, the older people can't afford it either. Nobody can afford it.
Yeah, so that's quite a. That caught my eye. That was quite a comparison.
And you get these towns now, a good majority of them are 15, 16, 17, up to 22, 23% mill rate.
Right.
You know, and now you're going to reevaluate so houses that were valued at $225,000 that probably were worth $450. Now we're going to be valued at $450. So
I think
your tax is going to take a wicked jump.
I think one way to go is to seek other funding for the schools.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because the
we got to
schools
have
are doing 70%.
a municipal tax where everybody that comes to your town, especially Maine, a tourism town, you go to Florida, you pay a municipal tax. That's for sure. Now we got to move on, get off this tax thing here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We mentioned earlier Lincoln Reserve, Hamilton Reserve, and Mary Truscott have retired. And a nice little article Charlotte Boynton wrote about.
Boy, did you see that county court news, Bobby? If you're going to be a jury, you got to do something. There's like 4 columns of people in the paper here. You just, we got to put out either everybody's innocent or everybody's guilty.
Well, so I got the letter, and then I looked down and said Lincoln County Court. I go, oh no. Yeah. But they do. They do assign you to one case, correct? I believe.
Well, you could have 3 or 4 cases. You can only, back when I went, I think you could only do 15 days or 20 days total of jury duty. So if you had one case that went 6 days, for example, then your numbers down. But
yeah, I pray for that.
And whoever's in your group, whoever has the most days, whenever he's dismissed, the whole thing is that session is dismissed.
Wisconsin's got an overnight parking ban going on. What do they got going there? I don't know what they got, but I think down at the harbor front there, down at the waterfront, they refrain people from parking overnight down there.
Yeah, maybe.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If you've been up by Great Salt Bay School lately, they've got that whole new parking lot.
Beautiful.
Hager's did a beautiful job.
Beautiful.
And they've got it all marked and lined, and nice little aerial photo here. And
now they just got to figure out how to control the traffic.
Well, they should be able to get most of those cars off the road. They're all lined up there in the afternoon.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how that is, because that's quite a mess up there.
Oh, it's an awful mess.
In the morning.
I wonder there hasn't been a wreck or two there.
Yeah. Another birth announcement.
Yeah.
Charlie Benner was born.
I didn't realize that fire departments could make a claim on insurances. Waldeboro's taking in $60-something thousand.
Well, and I guess from the sounds of the article, it's very time consuming. So they've hired a company to handle the claim.
Yep.
So anyway.
And there's your suspect bail's reduced. Nothing more than released in that Waldeboro man's death.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, so they need tutors. The Midcoast area, they need tutors to teach, it's Midcoast Literacy. It's a non-profit, and they need people to teach. How about this Leonard Skinner band's coming?
I may have to go see that.
I think I'm going to go see that.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Because the 27th, the next day, we have the Beatles at Lincoln Theater.
Okay. So anyway, you got some nice hikes going on in Whitefield and Newcastle. They're gonna all through the Midcoast Conservancy. It's Wednesday Wander. It's on September 4th or Saturday, September 14th. And one of them's, the first one's going to be September 4th, and that goes to the West Branch of the Sheepskit, and they'll be with a naturalist. And then the next one is the up at the Salt Marsh up there at the Marsh River Preserve.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't realize it's as big as it is. 5,500 feet.
Yeah.
5,500 feet.
That's big.
That's a mile. That's over a mile. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little over a mile. Mile's 5,280 feet. A couple more babies there. 3 of them are on that page, Bobby.
Yeah. We keeping track of this?
And we are.
Yeah.
We're up to...
Maybe Haven could keep track of it.
3, 5. There's 8 right there, I think.
Well, anyway, Calvin's got a picture of the the Girl Scouts in 1948.
48, yeah.
When the heck were the Girl Scouts invented?
Wow, I don't know.
1948.
Ivan Fly took that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was quite a photographer back in the day, you know what? Yeah. Yeah. Well, got to get to the obituaries, and the one I want to really point out is Howard Sidelinger that passed away.
Yep.
Bobby, we had him. What a career, what a life he led.
Yep.
He's 97 years old. We had him 2 years ago. We did a show with him as he talked about his time in Pearl Harbor. He was in Pearl Harbor when it was attacked.
Right. I remember you were so impressed with that.
Just a humble. I was honored to be able to talk to him, and I'm just humbled that they mentioned it, Lincoln County Television in his obituary here. That, I mean, I thought that was probably one of the best interviews that I've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been very fortunate to do a bunch, but he was on a ship when a kamikaze went right over the top of his head and hit the ship behind him.
Wow.
Crazy. Can you imagine seeing an airplane coming at you?
Wow.
Just crazy. You know, and he was on the boat, the first boat that went into Nagasaki Harbor after the atomic bomb. It's just crazy. Yeah. Yeah, and of course we talked about Ron Pendleton. He passed away.
We lost another wonderful woman, Berta Ames.
I didn't know her.
Yeah, Bert. She had that snack shack in the back parking lot. Bert's. That was her.
Oh yeah, that was her.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. And Randy Rice passed away. He was quite an athlete back in the day.
Was he?
Oh, he sure was.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy, Bristol, town of Bristol got lucky. The IRS, I haven't heard of this ever. The IRS dismisses their fines. They had a fine of $18,000 that they forgot to, they said it because of COVID or something, but anyway, they didn't file a bunch of W-2 forms. And so, anyway, the Rachel Bizzarro is breathing a sigh of relief as the IRS forgave them.
Well, that's good.
At a little memorial out at Pemaquid Point for Marty Welt, good guy. He, I didn't realize he was the president of the Lighthouse, Pemaquid Point Lighthouse Association for 23 years.
Yeah.
Did a lot of work, protected a lot, wrote some rules, and Jack Halliday.
I think that's 9 so far we're up to, Bobby, on this page. Oh, shoot. Sports, fall sports has started. That's quite a thing down at Pemaquid Beach Triathlon.
Wow, they had, there's, well, the woman that won it, it was Sydney Swarmstedt. She's from Laconia, New Hampshire. She was a big field hockey player at North Carolina.
Yeah.
She suffered some serious injuries, but she's able to, she can't play contact sports anymore, but she's able to
swim.
Do swimming.
She won pretty good because she won by 2 minutes.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. I didn't know August Avantaggio was a triathlete.
Yeah, well, he
finished 5th overall. It's pretty good.
Yep, very good.
Yeah.
Wiscasset High School, they got their coach Chelsea Taylor back, and she's looking for a promising season. And got Nick Hinckley scores pivotal win at Wiscasset Speedway. So I forgot the class that this decal's going on.
Well, you talk about races. That young fella, the Silas Sibley over in Warren, the Oxford 250, biggest race in New England.
Yeah.
He's only 15 years old. Doesn't even have his driver's license. He finished fourth, Bobby, in that race. He was racing against.
How does that work?
I don't know how it works, but he finished fourth. That's pretty freaking impressive.
You'd hate to see him drive the car and then have the cuffs put on him at the end of the race.
Well, they couldn't catch him. They had to get him to stop.
Driving without a license.
You're running 100 miles an hour on that track there, 15 years old. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. But the thing is, you'd definitely have access to a good getaway driver at some point.
You would.
See, the Lincoln County Historical Society, they're going to have their preservation party. It's going to be September 8th out at the Pownell Courthouse. And how about the big news? The big news of the week is the pumpkin drop.
The pumpkin drop is coming back. Is it? I didn't finish reading that. Is that going to be held across from Hammond up the Coastal Rivers again?
I guess.
I don't think it said anywhere in the paper.
I haven't heard any location, but it always worked before.
Although it's a traffic nightmare.
Yeah.
It's a traffic nightmare. Getting all those, right at that intersection, getting all those people in and out of there. And, the whole thing lasts like 6 seconds.
So we got an article here about Lincoln County fish.
Yeah, I'm going down to see Iris this afternoon, get my ears loaded.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she does my hair.
So, anyway,
you want a good haircut, go see Iris. She does a good job.
Lincoln County fish is, it's just a very good service. That's, so, anyway, actually, September 2nd, up at the St. George Peninsula, they have a Lincoln County fish, but it's called Neighbor to Neighbor. And my friend Adam's going to be playing a fundraiser.
Okay.
Folks, free fundraiser at the St. George School up there in Tennant's Harbor, if you want to go.
You're going to go down for the stand-up paddleboard hitting down?
Well, I don't know, but I didn't win the quilt.
No, I didn't either.
No, Miranda Littman, she drew the winning raffle ticket. And so anyway, it was who was it? Quilt sale, let's see, Nick Levy, Historical Society member. He won the quilt.
Yeah.
So bridge scores, Macon County bridge scores. Let's see, Jack Moore, Bremen, Chris Holman, Newcastle, Dory Williams, Westport Island. Cover the gamut.
Yeah. Well, we got to wrap this paper up, Bobby. We've done it again for another week. We got to mark that date down. Go see a vintage Skinner.
Yep. 26th.
26th of October.
October or September?
It was October.
Okay.
Yeah.
September 10th, you can have a talk about the North Noblesboro. I bet there's some good facts and good stories in North Noblesboro history up there.
Well, big farming community. That used to be a huge farming community. The fishermen and the farmers. There was always a little competition between the Bristol and
I tell you, that
community
hall is so cute.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's got a stage and everything.
Yeah.
But the stage is got full of stuff. And I talked to Mitchell Wellman every time. I say, you got rid of that stuff yet? Because it's a great place to host a party. And they rent it out. So,
Bobby, we got to say goodbye. Time's getting around to you, folks. We hope you have a happy Labor Day. Be safe on the roads. There's going to be a lot of traffic out there this weekend. Kids are on school buses, whatnot, next day or two. And it all starts in Rio, back parking lot.
Supposed to be good weather.
Weather's going to be okay. So enjoy your holiday weekend. We'll be back here next week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. How about it, Toby? Say goodbye. Happy New Year. Happy Labor Days. See you next time, folks. Chase Tree and Tractor Service with 25 years of experience in tree removal. Serving the Midcoast of Maine, licensed and insured Maine arborist. Whether it's a pesky blowdown or a hard-to-get tree that needs removal. When you need an experienced professional, Jake Chase is the man for the job. Call 207-242-8961 or email him at chasetreeandtractorservice.jc@gmail.com.